Good day, my name is Kinotso Godbani, and I'll be presenting the introduction and the structure of the human brain. The introduction. The human brain is one of the most important and complex organs in the human body, as it is responsible for controlling thought processes, memory, emotions, learning, behavior, and decision making. In the context of higher education, understanding how the human brain functions are important because it contributes to the improvement of teaching and learning processes. Higher education institutions have adopted innovative and student approaches to teaching and learning. The structure of the and functions of the human brain. The human brain is composed of several interconnected structures that perform but related functions. That there are three major parts of the human brain. The first part is cerebrum, the second one is cerebellum, the third one is the brainstem. Each of these structures contributes significantly to the human learning and behavior. The cerebrum is the largest and the most advanced part of the human brain. It is responsible for higher cognitive functions such as reasoning, thinking, and language. The cerebellum is located beneath the cerebrum and is responsible for balance, coordination, and movement. The cerebellum also contributes to attention and processes that support learning.
Good day, I go by the name of Zandile Takat, and I'll be presenting on the learning process of the brain. I'll explain how the brain learns and what factors help or make it harder for us to understand and remember information. The learning process is a neurological process where the brain receives, processes, stores, and recalls information. This happens through neurons that communicate using electrical and chemical signals. When we repeat an activity or practice something often, the brain creates and strengthens connection between neurons. For example, if you practice speaking a new language every day, the brain builds strong pathway for the language, make it easier over time. Then when it comes to the role attention and active participation, the brain can process information well if you are distracted or not mentally focused. That's why active participation works better than just sitting passively. For example, in class, taking part in debates, group discussion, or solving problem yourself helps you to remember more than just copying notes from the board. Furthermore, the role of emotions strongly affect learning. Positive feelings like interest, confidence, and motivation make the brain more active and improve memory. Negative feelings like stress and anxiety can block concentration and make it harder to recall information. For example, a student who feels confidence before a test usually remains curious or usually recalls answers better than a student who feels very anxious the first time. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Maya Yende. My student number is 217-09247. This diagram explains how learning and memory work in the brain. Information first enters through the sensory input and moves to short-term memory when attention is given. If the information is not practiced or understood, it is forgotten. Through encoding and repetition understanding the real-life examples, information is transferred into the long-term memory for durable learning. The process highlights the importance of attention and active learning in improving memory retention. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Anexo Mzola and today I'll be presenting to you on brain-based learning. The APCE's 2026 states that brain-based learning is an approach that focuses on how the brain learns best. It recognizes that students have different learning preferences. Therefore, lectures should use different teaching methods to support all students. This approach encourages active participation, creativity, and problem solving. One important strategy is collaborative learning, where students work in groups, share ideas, and learn from one another. This improves communication and critical thinking skills. Technology also plays an important role in higher education with tools such as videos, online platforms, and interactive presentation make learning more engaging and help students understand complex concepts more easily. Visual learning is effective because the brain processes images faster than text, and practical activities such as case studies, role play, and problem solving tasks also support brain based learning because they actively involve students in the learning process and prepare them for the real world challenges. Thank you.
In this slide, we're going to talk about the brain-based learning strategies. Brain-based learning emphasizes how the brain naturally learns best through engagement, emotions, and connections. It highlights that collaborative learning activates multiple cognitive pathways, encouraging peer interactions and deeper understanding of how people work, or maybe how someone studies their work, or understand the different ways of understanding how they manage to understand the content. It stresses the importance of technology integrations, which is the digital tools like the phones and the tablets and laptops and so forth that help to stimulate visuals in processing and enhancing retention. It mentions that visual aids like charts, in diagrams, they help to translate abstract concepts into concrete understanding. It concludes with the problem solving as a key strategy. It promotes critical thinking, in creativity, and long-term memory formation. It ends by these strategies align with that someone found that active, emotionally engaging environments improve learning outcomes in higher education. Thank you.
Challenges of the brain in learning. Despite how important the brain is for learning, three main challenges hurt students' performance. Firstly, stress. Academic pressure from exams, assignments, money issues, funding issues, and personal responsibilities overloads students. So when stress is too high, it damages concentration, memory, and decision making. Secondly, lack of sleep. Sleep isn't just rest, it's when your brain organizes and stores what you learned that day. Without enough sleep, students struggle with focus, memory, and grades drop. Thirdly, information overload. In higher education, we get huge amounts of content and work in such a short time that it causes confusion, mental fatigue, and weaker understanding. Plus, too much time is spent on phones, social media, and distraction kills us and kills productivity. So, these three stress, no sleep, and overload are the biggest brain blockers to learning. In conclusion, the brain is central to learning and academic success. The cerebrum and the cerebellum and the brain stem all play roles in memory, behavior, and thinking. To help students, we need brain based teaching, things like group work, visuals, problem solving, and smart tech use. And we need supportive environments to cut off stress, encourage rest, encourage sleep, and avoid work overload. If lecturers understood how the brain works, they could teach better. And better teaching means better motivation, more participation, and actual real success for students. Thank you.